Here is a little question that students were asked in the study, and if you want you can answer the question for yourself. How good do you get along with the people around you? So in comparison to other people, in comparison to the average person, how socially competent would you say are you? Do you get along with other people better than the average person? What do you think? Are you better with other people than the average person? Well, if you are like the students in this study, you will have said, yes, I'm better than other people, I'm better than the average. And in fact, that was shown in the study that 85% of the students said, well, I'm better than the average. And of course, from a statistical point of view, if people would be good at self-estimation, only 50% would say, well, I'm better than the average, because this is what you would expect. In another study with American people, quite similar results could be shown when people were asked, well, do you belong to the top 50% of drivers? So do you think you are better than the average driver? And again, 93% said, well, yes, I belong to the top 50%. And again, if people would be good at self-estimation, this could not be possible. 50% should say that they are better than the average. In another experiment, people were shown pictures of themselves, but in the one picture they were looking like they really do, with acne and the real wrinkles around their eyes, whereas in another picture they were shown a photoshopped version of themselves with no wrinkles, with perfect skin, and well, it just was a more perfect version of themselves. And then people were asked, well, which of these pictures represents the real you? And again, people tended to overestimate themselves. They said, well, the photoshopped version is their real you. So in some areas in our lives, we really have a strong tendency to overestimate, to see us more better than we really are. But interestingly, there are also some areas in which we think we are worse than we really are. For example, when people were asked, how good do you think you are at riding the one wheel? Or what do you think, how good are you in juggling? And if it's about these difficult and especially quite rare abilities, people tend to underestimate their real abilities. And I think this is quite interesting for people with some psychological problems, especially when it comes to anxiety, because think, for example, about somebody with social phobia who rarely or who has never been at a party, and therefore it is a really rare and difficult thing for him. And obviously he thinks he is quite bad at connecting with other people, and therefore he won't do it. But this is in fact one area in which he probably underestimates his abilities. So in our everyday life, we really should know when we tend to overestimate our abilities and when we tend to underestimate our abilities, to give us the opportunity to make good decisions. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you want, we will see you next time.